Hello, LinkedIn. My name is Sandra, Coach Sandra, I like to call myself sometimes, and I am a certified nutrition and life coach. And today I have Coach Sofia Reis. Am I saying it correctly?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yep.
Okay, good. I should be able to, since I live in a Latin country, I should know, right? Well, thank you so much for taking the time today. I'm really interested to get to know you and your business a little bit more. So, would really like to know why you became a coach and what you specialize in.
Okay. So, hello, everybody. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for having me. Okay, so I became a coach. It's been a journey. Okay, so let's go back.
Absolutely.
In so in 2015, I fired my boss. I sacked him. Um, I went through some internal changes and in 2014, and with the company that I was with, they were having some redundancies at the time, and I absolutely detested the way they did things. Even though my job was safe, I didn't like the way that they conducted the things and I started seeing all my colleagues being laid off. And I started questioning, that time I started questioning, is this it? Am I going to be in corporate all my life,
Mhm.
right? Since quite young that I had this desire to start my business. And I actually started a business in 2008, which was a complete failure. That's another story.
We've
And I
all
had
been
to
there
go
too.
and I had to go back to my 9 to 5 back then. Um, and then I just continued until 2014 when that happened. And then I started questioning it, and it was like something was missing. It was like had no direction, and I felt really like stressed out. I wasn't aligned with the mission of my company. I wasn't being valued for my abilities, my experience, um, and I just I just had enough. And I draw a line on the sand, and I fired my boss. And then that's when it all started. So I gave them notice and all that stuff. And in Friday, the 13th of March, 2015, unlucky for some, I left with a mixture of excitement and fear, right? Because I knew that I had failed before. But I was excited because I had a different perspective of things.
Right.
And I actually, in 2015, I wasn't a coach back then. I was doing consultancy, social media marketing, social media management. Then I went into web development and design of websites because design is my secret passion. And then it wasn't until 2018 when I did a group life coach certification that I started to get the coaching bug. And I also worked with coaches, and more coaches started coming to me. So the majority of my clients are coaches.
Good.
So I started creating their online landscape, and I started coaching them through their new journey online. Um, and then I created my radical launch system, which is my framework for group coaching. And that's when it actually started. But then what happened was sorry, my eyes are
Oh,
going.
keep going.
Uh, what happened was, when was it? With COVID, I had to put the brakes on my business as well because I had priority was to, my kids and life was kind of disrupted a little bit. And then in last year when I joined this amazing community called Mayan Valley,
Yes.
I started to do the quests, and I started to question more and more my internal blocks.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I knew that there was something missing last year. There was something missing. I kept on saying there was something missing,
Right.
but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then when I had this opportunity to do the life coach certification, I thought, beginning of this year, I thought, this is it. And as I'm going through the certification of life coaching certification, I'm getting more insights and breakthroughs with myself. So my journey as a coach, just to summarize it, started as group coach,
Right.
but now I'm becoming new identity shift here. I'm becoming a transition coach, and basically I'm focusing. My specialty is help 9-to-5 corporate people that are overwhelmed and confused and don't know, and they're a bit stuck, to smoothly transition.
Love
To
that.
either,
I love that explanation because I really am curious to know why you do what you do, and you explained it really well. So now I kind of understand, because I do see you post a lot about group coaching, yet transition coach. So I was kind of wondering where that came from. So that is very interesting. So you kind of went through the Mind Valley quests, and you kind of learned more about yourself and what you need internally to satisfy your soul path, I guess. And yeah, I've kind of gone through the same thing over the last few months as well. So very, very interesting. So what projects do you have coming up? Like this, again, this is a short segment, so I want to make sure that we can help promote whatever you might have coming up, because I know you have a lot going on. So what do you want to talk about that is coming up for you that maybe people can participate in?
So I'm in transition. Like we all are in life, right? We all have all these different stages in life, and we transition from, I've been in transition for many years, but I'm in transition again. So for the next 2 months, I'm just focusing on restructuring and rebranding, right? What I've got so far, and changing it into the transition coaching that I want to do more of. I want to phase out some areas of my business and just focus on transition coaching, right? In September, I'm still going to continue to be a group program mentor and coach, because this is what I love. I love groups. I'm a networker. I'm social. I love to have lots of people around me, and I know the power of how you grow through groups, and how you thrive through the connection and the interaction of groups and
accountability. There's accountability there as well, and it is a different energy. And I think that that's something that a lot of coaches that start out, like I'm still fairly new in the coaching, even though I've helped a lot of people prior to coaching. And so that would be something that a lot of new coaches would be interested in, because you usually start one-on-one and then you develop into group coaching. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you about, so that if anybody out there is interested in, doing group coaching, that there's a resource for you through this. So that's very interesting. And the thing is, and I like the fact also that you're not just doing one thing, because we don't have to be in a box of I can only do group coaching. I can be a 9-to-5 transition coach and do my group coaching and combine the two. I mean, you don't just have to do one thing.
I love to teach. And I think there is a lack on the education system around the world. And coaching is lacking in the education system as well. And I love to teach, and I love to teach groups. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to disregard some areas. It's just a different module. It's just what I believe, I'm going towards having more freedom to do more of the stuff that I want to do, travel the world and do this and spend more time with my kids and with your family, with my parents and this and that. So group module, it's a really nice way, because instead of having like 10 clients per month, for example, right? You can have those 10 in just 1 hour a week, right? Instead of having 10 hours a week.
Yeah, it's a time saver. It's economically great for the clients, and for those who feel they need that accountability and maybe can't afford to do one-on-ones. Then they get that group settings, they get that accountability. It's affordable, and then if they get these amazing results, which they will get, then they can go, maybe I can afford one-on-one coaching now because I'm doing better in my business, I'm happier in my life, and it can lead to other things. So I think it's a great option to have.
Yeah. Not to disregard one-to-one, obviously.
Of course, no.
And we always have some people prefer to have that interaction of one-to-one interaction. It's more cozy, it's more personal, more focused, but other people like to have others' insights and feedback and grow together, because this is my motto: grow together. You can't do this alone, and it's as simple as that. And that's what I've seen since 2015. I've had probably about 3 years that I was doing it all alone, and it sucked. It was horrible, right? Because you don't have, just having somebody out there like that you can just brainstorm some ideas and even have the other person say, okay, Sophia, let's not go that way, let's go this way. Yeah, why not? It's much better than having to think.
Right.
It's like I had so many ideas in my head and to start with, and the majority of the people I work with are like this. They have too many ideas, and then what happens is that they get overwhelmed and they go like, oh, it's just too much.
Yeah, and then they don't do anything because they're paralyzed.
Exactly.
Been there, done that. Absolutely.
Overthinking, overanalyzing.
Yeah. A-type personalities. A lot of us are guilty. Well, I want to, because again, short segment, but I want to thank you so much for taking the time, sharing your business, your picture. And I think if anybody wants to reach out to you, your information is going to be in the header. If you decide you want to share a link in the comments after that, that is fine. Or share this post, whatever you want to do that suits your business best. That's what this is all about. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I loved it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll talk soon. If something else comes up and you want to meet again, just let me know.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Sandra.